Goodbye. We're saying goodbye to Von Strom there, Shiver Roses. And kia ora. You're listening to Wham! Wairarapa. What's happening around my Wairarapa? What's happening around the region this week? Well, I'm here to tell you exactly what's going on here. I'm Hayley Gastmeyer. Good morning. It's Friday, the 3rd of August. And we've got a guest coming in. I think our guest may be our very own Michael Wilson from Arrow FM. He's going to be coming in and telling us about the exciting changes that are going to be taking place with Arrow FM. We might be becoming a media hub with Wairarapa Television, but I'll let Michael tell you all about that because I don't really know any more than what I've told you. Okay, so first up today, I guess the first event going on is happening in starting in just over an hour's time. It's the Big Latch On, which is, I think it's a national event celebrating breastfeeding. So I'll be heading along to this, not to breastfeed because I don't have any babies, but to cover it. So the Big Latch On is a national annual breastfeeding event held during Breastfeeding Week to celebrate the success of our breastfeeding wahine and pipi. This particular event is about Wairarapa whānau coming together to support one another on our breastfeeding journeys, whatever these may be. This is not just for breastfeeding wahine. We welcome expressing mums, bottle-fed bubs and formula-fed bubs too, and we are all inclusive and want to support one another to help baby get the best start in life. At this event, we will have loads of free giveaways, even for dads, hot drinks, snacks, and an opportunity to see what community supporters are available to you. So come along and join the fun, and we look forward to seeing you there. So if you want more information, you can go to Breastfeeding Wairarapa on Facebook. Yep, that does take you to the page. And but it's just taken me away from the page that I want. I'll just go back. Here we go. So it's the Big Latch On is at the Carterton Event Centre today from 9:30 until midday. So head down there if you're a family with a little one and you guys can all feed your babies together. That'll be nice. Cool. And it's 8 minutes past 8 now. It's pretty nice outside. It's a bit wet on the road, but it looks like it's pretty calm out there and it's not too cold, so that's awesome. There's a painting class happening tonight in Martinborough. It's at Ventana Creative Collective, which is on Kitchener Street. It's a little gallery/shop. It's a pretty cool shop, actually. It's really cool. So it's $60 for this event, but the paints and the canvas are included in that price, and you also get to drink wine and eat a flash dessert as well while you're painting. So that's a bonus. So unleash your inner artist while enjoying local wines and painting your own version of a famous masterpiece. So what happens is there's a professional painter and they've chosen a masterpiece that mostly everyone would, most likely know. And everyone paints that same portrait. And it's really cool at the end to see everyone's different take because none of them look the same, even though you're painting the same thing. But it's, you get advice, you get tutored basically in painting while you're there. It's a really fun way to stay out of trouble on a Friday night, this class. If you want to go along, you need to call Ventana on 06-306-9488. And one more time, that is 306-9488. Just Google Ventana and then you'll find that phone number and you can put your name down to get painting tonight. Sunset Cinemas have a film playing at the Carterton Event Centre this evening from 7:30. The film is Neither Heaven Nor Earth. It's R13. And I remember, I stumbled on this one last week. Jeremy Renner stars as a film army commander who begins to lose the loyalty of his company as well as his sanity when soldiers start mysteriously disappearing one by one. Really is the madness of war conveyed on screen with such shimmering tension and existential fear. Really, too, is the ignorance and mistrust between cultures. Are the shepherd villagers innocent civilians or Taliban spies? Limbed with such poetic insight. Okay, that's New Directors, New Films, 2016, that little write-up came from. Okay, so Neither Heaven Nor Earth is at the Event Centre from 7:30 tonight. It's being hosted by Sunset Cinema. And you can get your tickets from going onto Event Finder and finding this event and clicking buy tickets. Otherwise, I'll suggest maybe calling the Event Centre and asking... well, no, actually, because I'm pretty sure the buy tickets takes you to the Sunset Cinema website, which I'm just checking for you now, so you know how to head along, but things are taking quite a while. Yep, okay. You can just go to the sunsetcinema.com. Hey, Michael. Sunsetcinema.com website, and then that's where you can find the film and then get your ticket from there. Cool. All right, I'll just go back into the last page. You can see I've got my computer set up here. I just go on to Event Finder. I'm just reading all those events. I also sort of scan Facebook and whatnot. But, you know, if you have events that you want the people to know about, then you need to get in touch with me. And you can do that by going on to our Facebook page, which is Wham Wairarapa. I must admit I'm not very active on the Facebook page. I do check it. But the reason I'm not very active is because not one person, except one person, Jane Ross, from, where's she from? She's a film buff. Anyhow, she's the only person that's ever contacted me through the Facebook page, which, you know, because no one talks to me through the Facebook page or interacts, it's sort of, yeah, it's made me less passionate about it, but I'd love to get more passionate about it, and I probably should just do it on my own, you know, post up the show after it's been podcasted at the end, and also, you know, post up the Wairarapa TV version, because this show does get broadcast on Wairarapa TV later today at some times, I'm not sure when. Yeah, so anyway, go and like the Wham Wairarapa Facebook page and send me a message. So if you have any events, if you want to be a guest on the show, if you know someone that would be great for me to interview, then let me know. Wairarapa Farmers Markets is happening tomorrow, just as it does every single Saturday. It happens in the sheltered car park area at the Farriers Bar and Eatery at the top of Queen Street in Masterton. It runs from 9 until 1 p.m, and there's lots of things to get your hands on. So take your reusable shopping bags, get your fresh produce, and I think you can take along your what are those? You know, those plastic bottles or a flagon. The flagon, that's what I'm looking for. And you can get some beer. You can get beer refills. Yeah, there's a few things on offer there. So that's not the only market happening, though. There's another market happening in Featherston. It happens every Saturday from 8 until 2. And it's, do you know where Lang's car park, the Lang's pharmacy, or the baker is? Well, it's behind that car park, and there'll be a little arrow saying markets on State Highway 2, just as you cross that railway line there. So you can either go to Masterton for your fresh produce tomorrow, or you can go to Featherston, or on Sunday you can pick it up from Carterton. They have a market at Memorial Square from, I think it's 9:30 until 12:30. Then there's the car boot sale, of course, on Sunday. That's in Masterton on the corner of Essex and Chapel Street. Sometimes doggy treats, the pop-up doggy deli, they're there as well at those various markets, selling treats for your dogs, food for your dogs. It's made out of human-grade food here in Wairarapa. Treasure Island, this is on Sunday, the 5th of August, from 10 until 11:45. It's at the Carterton Events Centre. It's $12 for a ticket. You can get your ticket from Event Finder, 0800 buy ticks, 0800 289 849. But what is it, you ask? Well, here, I'll tell you. Ahoy! Ready for some adventure? Then heave to me, hearties. Hoist the Jolly Roger and plunder that treasure. And I should have been doing that in a pirate accent, eh? Join Jim Hawkins aboard the good ship Hispaniola for a swashbuckling tale of high drama, low cunning and villainous skullduggery. These words are too tricky for me. Packed with jokes and mayhem, plenty of audience participation, singing and dancing in this perfectly piratical pantomime. Adapted from the classic children's story by Robert Louis Stevenson, coming up at Carterton Event Centre, one day only. Don't know, it doesn't have the ages for this, but I'm assuming that might be for children. Not sure though. Maybe you could Google Treasure Island. I don't know if that would take you anywhere. Here we go. The website would be the Pantaloons. So Pantoloons. Google the Pantaloons. Then you can find out more about this. Again, get your ticket from Event Finder. And this is Treasure Island. It's a show at the Carterton Event Centre from 10 a.m. on Sunday. And it's an hour 45 by the looks of things. Now, we've got the music co-creation workshops with our buddy Jonas Kokil. He has lots of crazy instruments from all over the world. When I say lots, we're talking hundreds. We're talking he can't fit them inside his house. He's a very nice young man, and he hosts this co-creation workshop at Aratoi each Tuesday evening from 6 until 7:30. It's actually free, but he does appreciate a koha, or if you've got an odd instrument lying around, he appreciates them as payment as well. But yeah, koha is really appreciated, but if you can't afford that, then you can still go along and be part of this. So what happens is everyone turns up, and it's, I guess, in a way, music therapy. Therapy through music, which Jonas is a musical therapist by trade. So he provides a safe and supportive environment that encourages participants of any age group to let go of their inhibitions, relax, play, express, and have fun while communicating through sound. This weekly workshop is open to everyone, no registrations necessary. Just come along and join in when you can. Many thanks to the Masterton Arts Fund for their support, he says. And pretty much, I don't know how it runs. I haven't been to one of these, but basically the instruments that Jonas has are gorgeous sounding, and you don't need to know how to play them for it to sound good. And everyone just collaborates and plays music, and you don't need to know anything about music. You can just go and get involved and come out of it at the end feeling better than when you walked in, I'd say. Mahi Toi is an educational program that's being held at Aratoi. I think it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. There's 3 intakes during each day, and this is sort of aimed at classrooms, I think, or groups with children. So there's 5 program categories to choose from, and it's pretty much selecting a museum item at Aratoi. I don't know if I said that. So you select a museum item and then you learn the local stories surrounding that item, the history of that item, and I guess it's mainly focused on Māori culture and understanding certain pieces of taonga. Yes, so how do you get involved with this? You visit this website, www.schoolinterviews.co.nz, and then it says type in a code, and the code that you want to type in is this. Write it down. WNACB. One more time, that's W, whiskey, N, N, A, alpha, C, Charlie, B, Bravo. Yes. And it's free, by the way. And yes, it's Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. So if you're a teacher or if you have lots of kids and you want them to get educated, you can take part in this mahi toi at Aratoi each week. Okay, and it's 21 minutes past 8 now. I'll give you one more event and then we'll have some good old Kiwi music. Pangaea. I've said that enough times. I think it's got New Delhi in brackets and then NZ Tour. So this is an Indian musical group touring. Pangaea. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. If someone knows how to say it, they should let me know through Facebook Messenger right now on Wham Wairarapa. Alright, Pangaea is 3 well-established international musicians who are currently residing in Delhi, India, a fusion of the best of Western and Eastern styles. Pangaea performs an exciting mixture of Indian, Hindustani and Western classical music within contemporary original compositions, combining the classical guitar and voice with the complex rhythms, scales, and improvisation of Indian classical music to produce a unique style of fusion. I'm getting back to the right page here. I'm just getting a little bit sidetracked right here. Get back onto it. Here we go. I'm back into it. All right. The trio comprises of 2 of India's most exciting young Hindustani classical musicians, Saptak Sharma, and he's on the tabla, and Mayank Raina, who is on sitar and flutes, and then New Zealand musician and composer Mike Hogan, who is on guitar and vocals. All 3 have gained a high level of recognition individually in their respective fields. The three musicians first met in New Delhi in October 2017, so that wasn't too long ago, and very quickly developed a rapport. The continued development of their sound led composer Mike Hogan to create a body of new songs, which they began performing at festivals, private functions, and local venues in and around Delhi. The group has received a large amount of positive feedback and encouragement from these public performances, most especially from the close-knit musical community in New Delhi, which has been very excited with the potential for this kind of fusion to help develop the musical horizons of young performers and help bring further understanding of the beauty of these respective traditions to the public. Whew. Michael.
Hey, Lee.
How would you say this word?
Yeah.
Pangaea.
Pangaea.
Oh, I was getting it completely wrong.
Panga.
Pangaea.
Yeah, probably Pangaea.
Pangaea. I was like Pangea? Well, I think that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Can't remember now.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was going to play some Kiwi tunes before I had you in.
Do it.
I will, but I'll just tell people where they can go and see Pangaea on their New Zealand tour. They're going to be performing at Kiwi Hall in Featherston on Wednesday, so that's the 8th of August, from 7 until 9 at night. So if you want to get a ticket to that, tickets are between $14 to $20. Oh, actually, under 16s are only $5, so they range from $5 to about $20, which is quite good, and you can get them off Event Finder, so that's 0800 buy ticks, 0800 289 849, or you can go into Event Finder, click buy tickets, and do it online. So, Pangaea, they're going to be at Kiwi Hall on Wednesday. All right, now, I've got you some Dave Dobbin. Enjoy.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, you have a lot of fun, don't you? And living with you is a ball of a time. Hey, beauty, when the mood gets you down, you bottomless fear dragging on the ground. That's when I gotta play the clown for you. Black humor made you kick your boots. Howdy, angel. Where did you hide your wings? Her love shines over my horizon. She's a slice of heaven.
We're back. Hey, Michael.
Hello, Hayley. Oh, look, there's the sock. When I say the sock, I mean the microphone sock that goes around the microphone. It's across the floor there. The place has been ransacked.
Do you want to go and get it and put
It'll
it
be
on
all right.
your...
I'll do it later. I mean, I will just avoid popping by using
that's
my
what it does.
microphone technique.
You're very talented. You've got lots of experience with microphones, haven't
I
you?
guess I have.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi.
Hi. So, interviewing you today. What are we talking about?
Well, the big news for us, obviously, is the fact that we're moving. We've known that we were moving for some time, but it was a matter of where to. And the cat's out the bag. Thank you, Times Age. But, you know, we knew all about that, and that's great, and it's wonderful that they've given us that exposure. Very pleased.
Nothing to do with me. I read about it.
God, didn't anybody sort of shout over the, over the dividers? Oi, Hayley, you work there?
Yeah, I'm on late, so I miss out on the news meetings each morning. I'm on the late shift this week, so I've been missing out on all of the meetings, so I'm just left in the dark.
I've been doing a lot of hints on Facebook, but, because we kind of knew where we were going over a week ago, but it wasn't official, and I knew that Lands Trust Masterton wanted to do a press release. I thought, right, we're not allowed to say anything until that's out, but it's out. And yes, thank you, Masterton Trust Lands Trust, enormously helpful, and if we hadn't had the option that they've provided for us, we would have had to go into a place that needed studios built in it and possibly bloody walls knocked over and all sorts of things. And it would have been probably beyond our means. Not that we can afford any kind of change, but we'll have to start putting our hands out again and seeing if we can get contributions.
I'm sure people will be happy to support such a fabulous community asset such as Arrow FM.
Yeah.
Where are we moving to?
Well, the Radio House on Queen Street, so it's just round the corner.
What's it next to?
Maggie B's Hairdressers was underneath.
Oh, I know, yes.
Yeah.
There's Destination Wairarapa in there.
They are.
Yeah.
Which is a really good match. Because we can just go and say, Katie, you got anything? Come on in and get on there.
Exactly.
You know?
She's events queen. Wow. She
Yeah.
writes pretty good press releases too.
Yeah, so that's a really good match. And we've been, popping in there. We've got our own key now and going in and measuring things up and things. So we feel like we've bedded in as their neighbours.
Now, the word media hub has been thrown around. Explain that?
Well, it's just grown, I won't say out of nowhere. Ages ago, when Toby Mills of Wairarapa Television came to us and said, you could put some programs up on the telly. And we went, yeah, I think we can, but let's do it right and let's get it looking as good as it possibly can. And we took our time and we developed this. And I got to say thank you to the Rotary Clubs of, here we go, Wairarapa South, Carterton, Masterton South, Masterton, and South Masterton. Did I say that? There are 5 of them anyway.
Thank you to the 5 Rotary clubs.
The cluster of clubs that have helped pay for the infrastructure, the cameras and everything that make this work. And when we realised how good it was looking and how compelling it was, because my first thought was, will people just want to watch people talking? Turns out they do. And
really? Do we know anything about the numbers?
We
the
don't have
stats
figures
of watches?
per se, but we've had a lot more feedback since we've been on the telly. And interestingly, I think broadcasters have been trying harder, to get it right. And I know, as your guest here, I go, look, don't pull out your handkerchief and blow your nose, off
Even though
microphone
I just coughed.
because you'll be seen.
I know. I couldn't help it because I'm a little bit sick still.
Oh, I wasn't commenting on you. I didn't even notice. I just mean I have a tendency to do that, Or, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just grew and grew and grew. And then when Lands Trust made this suggestion, it became obvious that to have Toby on site would be fabulous for us because his technical knowledge and his ability to just go, oh, you've had a problem, I'll fix it, is
Right now,
really good.
So is Wairapa TV moving in too? Because
Yes.
I remember I asked Toby, where is Wairapa TV? And he said it's nowhere.
cloud.
And trying to write that into my story
Yeah.
was very hard. And then my chief reporter was like, we need to put where it is. And I was like, okay, I'll try and write it. And I wrote that it was virtual. And then the sub-editor changed it and completely changed the meaning. And anyway,
I know. And look, plenty of things can exist in the cloud, and Toby was doing fine there. But it is, people can grasp a location better, and it will give him some advantages beyond that kind of, where are you? It will give him places to meet people. It will give him a base for his equipment, and it will give us this fantastic synergy. And I think Toby and me and Veronica really do feel like we're part of the same family now. And the future just suddenly opens up.
so exciting. I'm so
up
happy that
yours.
I'm involved in my small little 45-minute way.
It's not a small way, it's not. I frequently show, when we're looking at new program makers and they're going, what's the telly look like? I show them your program because you do such a good job.
Oh, thank you.
So you're not a small part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you, will this open up doors for us, for Arrow FM? Do you think it'll give it?
I think it will. New Zealand On Air are a major funder. They don't pay for everything, but they do see their role is to fund our radio side. So the television is seen as extra, but they also believe that people are gaining their entertainment, information, etc., in wildly different ways than the way they used to, and that the more channels we have, the better. Well, the television has not turned out to be one channel. It's terrestrial TV through Freeview 41. It's on your phone. Your program in 2 hours' time will be on your page on our website. It's added. Did you not know that? It happens like within moments. Yeah.
Cool.
You should look up your page on the website, because there you are. In 2 hours' time, you'll be doing this program on our website.
Cool.
So, yeah, the access has improved enormously.
Such good publicity for Arrow FM as well.
Yeah.
Just a way broader reach, eh?
Yeah, and that is, yes, it's to do with your visibility, but it is also to do with the availability of the programming, and that just blows it wide open. So, yeah.
Cool.
We
So
feel good.
this building getting demolished for a furniture store is a good thing.
Turns out that.
Yeah, because I was just thinking all of that effort that we put into setting up the studio to, I thought that wouldn't have happened if we had known, but in a way it's good we didn't know, because it means we've got it down packed to a fine art
this
almost.
was always a trial period,
Yeah.
and that's why we took a long time before we even told people that we were doing it, because we wanted to get it right. And we now know what the possible problems are and what to fix when we get in the new place, and it'll look better. Yeah.
Cool, and it's good because it's not too far away from here, so it's not going to be too tricky for people to get to. Is it? So it's up a few floors, is it?
Yeah, now we thought really seriously about disability issues.
That's what I was
ahead
thinking.
with that.
Yeah.
And what we've done is, what we want is for this to be an improvement for everybody, and that means that people in the disability community who've been our friends for years and done programs here have to have something better than they had before. And what we're doing is we're having, in the same way that Veronica used to go out to the Carterton Event Centre and do remote programs from there, she goes out to schools. Lucy used to do stuff in the Featherston Community Centre. We're going to have a place, or maybe even some pop-up places, for us to have not just... It's people in wheelchairs, I guess, who, because there are people with other disabilities who can get up the stairs.
Is there a lift?
No,
No,
there
so
isn't.
it's stairs.
Yeah.
So people in wheelchairs are I guess.
No, but what we want to do is be very visible
Yeah.
and social. We want it to be not you know what, we could come to your home and do it there, because we want people in the community. And so we thought we'd make it a drop-in centre as well, so that it wasn't just all about the radio or the television. It's about perhaps something that the disability community don't have anyway, which is somewhere to come and share their news, be social, and if you want, come on the radio, you know. And we'll do tea and coffee. Where Matthew Wills is, you know, Wheels on Fire, our program Wheels on Fire. We're having discussions with him about him to some degree running the place. We're looking at ways to employ him for a short, you know, like a day a week to run that, which will relegate us to the job of making the tea and things, you know, so that it will be a little bit autonomous as well.
Wow.
That's what we want to do.
Cool. Sounds
And we will do it.
exciting. Yay. And so when's the move happening? And will it be audible on air?
Yeah, there'll be a certain amount of ripping
Dead
of things
air?
behind people. No, I don't think we'll probably see.
Not sure yet.
Toby and John, who are our boffins, they think of things that I could never do. And John Lynch, who's been doing stuff for us for years, and he's really clever. He invented the Lynch box, which allowed us to broadcast remotely, you know, from Featherston, etc. They have come up with a system that will probably allow us to transmit from that building, but be physically situated here, so that the antenna that sends our signal to Popowiti, the TV3 mast, will be over there, and then we just move across. And in the short period of time it takes to take that from there and put it over there, we'll still be running through a voice over IP. So basically, we hope not to be off air at all.
Cool.
We will warn people if we think we're going to be off for an hour or two.
And what date? Is there a date set for the move?
No, people have got to go in there, do all the cabling. We've got a builder in there right at this moment, cutting a hole in a wall, and moving a wall and doing some painting and stuff.
Have you got 6 weeks left in this building, or maybe 5 weeks now?
Yeah, we have, but I had booked some time ago, my wife and I, Joanne, to go and see our son in LA on the 4th of September.
Super exciting.
It is, but
But-
it's right in the middle of all this. So
You're still going?
Our plan is to be there before then, and we think we can do it.
Ooh, nice. It's a challenge. So
really
1
soon.
month.
Oh,
Cool.
no, 1 month.
1 month
Yeah,
from tomorrow. The 4th of September, if you're going then.
yeah, but I don't want to do it on the day that
No,
I
no,
leave.
of course not.
Not that Veronica couldn't do it without me, you know. And there's going to be a lot of stuff for her to sort out while I'm over there. All of the problems that we've faced in this, we've faced together and solved together. You know, the team of Toby and John and me and Veronica.
Dream team.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's the comforting thing, is you know you can go somewhere and it still be all right.
Nice. Yeah. All right, Michael. Well, I'll wrap this up. I've got a few more events to get through, and then I got to get to work, as you
All
know.
right.
Anything else you've said it all? What do you?
While you're doing all that, if you suddenly see me grabbing something and taking it out, it's because I'm taking some things up to the new place just to try them out.
Nice.
I need some chairs, but not these ones.
All right. I'll switch your microphone off. I hope you have a lovely day, and
Thanks.
I'll catch you next week, eh?
See ya.
See ya. All right. That was good old Michael Wilson telling us about the new media hub, which we're moving into in a month's time. Ish. All right. Back to the events, guys, because it's 8:44. Bye. Events. 8:44. What am I doing? Lloyd Spiegel. Here we go. Is performing at the Tin Hut this Wednesday, the 8th of August. He's going to be up there on the stage from 7:30 p.m. It's $25 on the door, or you can get a pre-sale ticket for $20. Australian bluesman Lloyd Spiegel brings his high-energy solo back to New Zealand, solo show, back to New Zealand in 2018 as part of his North Island tour. He'll be checking back in with the Wairarapa with a new show, new tales, and 2 new albums. He'll be playing at the Tin Hut on Wednesday, the 8th of August. So you might want to head along to that if you know about this guy, or even if you're just a fan of bluesy music, and he sounds pretty talented. We had Dr. Rob in here a few weeks ago singing this guy's praises. All right, so if you're not going to go to that and you want to perform yourself, you can do that at the Dragon Inn in Featherston. It's open mic night on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, it's open mic night from 7:30 until 9:30. You just turn up, you put your name on the board. They have the PA mic and leads provided. You just need to bring your own instrument, and you can do about 3 songs, I guess. You just got to get your name on the board, make sure you get a slot, so turn up a little bit earlier. On that same night, Wednesday, very busy, there's life drawing at Ventana. Life drawing, so there's a model that's bears all, they strip off and you draw them for an hour and a half. It's pretty fun, and I think there's there's beer and cheese at this event at Ventana, and it's I think $50. You just need to ring up Ventana to book your spot. And then, kicking off on Thursday is the Italian Film Festival, very exciting, at the Screening Room in Masterton. So Thursday the 9th is when it kicks off. This here so that's the opening night. And the opening film is Wife and Husband. I think I might be going to that with my buddy Emily. Now, Italian Film Festival this is just showing me I just want to know the general dates that it's running from until, but this is just showing me the films. So anyhow, pop in to the Screening Room and pick up a brochure. I hope that they've got a brochure, because I'm telling you to go get one. I don't know if they actually do, but generally film festivals have one of those brochures that show you all the films. So anyhow, or go on, I guess this is a better idea, go onto the Screening Room website and check out the Italian Film Festival, which launches on Thursday. There we go. Now, this is just a heads up for next Friday. Cooks Cook, how to experience food on board the Endeavour. Wow. Oh, this sounds awesome. This is from 11:30 until 2:30 next Friday. Dine on a 3-course meal inspired by the one-handed cook who fed Captain James Cook and crew aboard the HMS Endeavour. Imagine delicious cuisine designed to ward off scurvy, featuring olive oil, and paired with award-winning Palliser Estate wines. Well, I don't feel like Captain Cook got fed this type of stuff. Children's author and illustrator Gavin Bishop will be on board to preview his new book, Cooks Cook, thanks to Gecko Press. This sounds like a great event, but it's $115. But you can sort of see why, I guess. Where? It's at Lavenders Green. Now that's 298 Underhill Road, Featherston. Now if you want to head along to this, buy tickets, I'll just click on that. And so go onto the event finder, and you click on buy tickets, and it takes you to Ticket Tech, or you can just go straight to Ticket Tech, I guess, and look up Cooks Cook, experience food on the Endeavour. So that's an event happening next Friday from 11:30am. So get your shoes on, get your jacket on, head down to the Big Latch On if that's your sort of, if you will fit into what's going on there. I'll quickly give you the weather, and we'll just have a quick squiz to see if there's anything happening in Tararua this week. So we're looking at the 3rd today. So there's a movie premiere of Mamma Mia. It's a Balance School fundraiser, and that's tonight at Regent Pāhia Tour at 7pm. $20, includes supper. tomorrow, there's Nigel Kennedy, the hilarious hypnotist. He's going to be at, it doesn't even say where the venue is, but it's at 7:30 tomorrow, $25 a ticket, and you should call Kate and James on this number if you want to get involved, 0635784332. So if you want to go along to Nigel Kennedy, the hilarious hypnotist, tomorrow in the Tararua district somewhere, it's at 7:30pm, and you want to call James and Kate on 0635784332. Then 5th of August, which must be Sunday, Pahiatua Repertory Society auditions for Don't Dress for Dinner at 1pm. It's at the Regent Pahiatua. Auditions are open for the side-splitting adult comedy of gastronomic proportions. Cast required is 3 women and 3 men who are 30 years or over. So you can email for more information, or if you're interested, dave.nairi@extra.co.nz. And then on the 7th, which must be the Tuesday, fill a bag for $3 at the Knox Church Op Shop. So that's at Knox Church on Swinburne Street. Don't know where Knox Church or Swinburne Street is, sorry, it doesn't say. But it's from 8:30 until 10 a.m. and that's on the Tuesday. You can fill a whole bag up for $3. That's good. That's a bargain. And then on the Wednesday, there's Tweens to Teens, Tips and Strategies. So this is at Tararua Reap, 15 Gordon Street. Transitioning from preteens into becoming a teenager can be a big change, with challenges and fears as well as joys. So Tweens to Teens is at Tararua Reap. If you want to head along, you can call 06374 6565. And then on Thursday, there's a pub quiz with Sam and Ian at 7:30pm at the Ekatahuna Inn. And grab your brainiest friends and come along for a fun night. So that's what's happening in Tararua next week. Quite a lot going on there.
You're still on air?
I'm still on air, just giving them the weather. Yes, I do have to get to work.
Yeah, we're actually going up the road, so...
All right. Oh, okay, lock up.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Actually, I'll dash out with you. All right, quickly, the weather. The situation, a broad trough of low pressure with embedded fronts is building over the country. In Masterton, we're looking at 15 today, 14 in Featherston, 13 in Wellington. And back to Masterton today, rain, then chance showers with increasing fine spells and northeasterlies dying out. For the weekend, on Saturday, it looks like there's rain gradually setting in, possibly heavy in the evening and light winds. There's a high of 12 and a low of 4. And then on Sunday, a high of 13, a low of 12 and high of 13, low of 7. That's on Sunday, rain and northeasterlies. So not really the flashiest of weekends, but it's the weekend nonetheless. I hope everyone has a very safe and happy week. I'll be back again next Friday from 8 a.m-ish. I think I'll tee up a guest who's not Michael next week. And I hope everyone, has a fabulous week. Thank you so much, Trust House, for sponsoring this show. You've been listening to Wham Wairarapa, the events show, which I present each Friday. I'm Hayley Gastmeyer. It's been great having your company. Ka kite.
One more love song.